Happy Monday. Break the board sports here. I'm your host, RJ Cash. Phenomenal weekend and undefeated Sunday on all of our plays we gave out, finishing up with that triple unit money line on the Kansas City Chiefs last night. Just a great weekend of football. Actually, if it wasn't for Utah State and Oregon, we would have ran the board. But NFL, a crisp 12 and a half units up. So just a great look there. Break the board sports. .com if you'd like all of our plays, $37 a day. Monday Night Football, best bets. Let's get into them. Let's start right off with the bang splits. Click that like, hit subscribe. We got the Buffalo Bills at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are coming off the bye. Bills coming off that Sunday night loss to the Patriots. Right now, Bills are laying 4.5. Your over-under is 49.5. 79% of bets to the Bills. Bills very public in this one, but only 33% of the handle. 21% of bets to the Falcons, but 67% of the handle. Remember what I talk about all the time there is when you have a low ticket count but higher dollar amount, that kind of shows that's your pros. When you have a higher ticket count, lower dollar amount, typically that's your Joes, the pros versus Joes there. And then 49.5, that over under, 67% of bets, 79% of the handle to the over, 33% of bets, and 21% to the under. Now, something we gave out on our plays this week for NFL. If you catch all of our shows, again, check out all of our videos. One of the things we gave out was Falcons in our 10-point teaser plus 14.5. I love that. But also, let's dive in and see where we can find some trends for you. Again, this is all about you being a better handicapper and help you pick your own games. Buffalo just 2-4 ATS their last 6 games overall. Atlanta, they haven't been very good ATS either. They're 3-8-1 against the spread their last 12 games. Bills, though, straight up 16-4 over their last 20. The Falcons, they're only 4-8 over their last 12, so they've really struggled. Now, you say, what about head-to-head? Head-to-head, Buffalo just 2-4 straight up the last 6 times they've played the Falcons. And the last 9 times these two teams have played, the total has gone over 6 of those last 9. Buffalo has went over the total 5 of their last 7 games that they've played in. When you dive a little deeper on some trends got for the game, if you look here for the Buffalo Bills, the biggest thing is going to be, can they run the football, right? You got 2 dynamic running backs with Cook of the Bills, Bijan Robinson of the Falcons. Can the Bills get the running game going to take pressure off of Josh Allen? The other part of it is Atlanta, they've had a whole extra week of rest, right, coming off the bye, and they have a very explosive offense. Buffalo, by far, right now, the part of their game that struggles the most is defensively. Oliver's out, Milano's out, so the middle of that defense is really gashed. Over the last 10 games against the spread and straight up, the Falcons are just 3-7. The last 10 games the Falcons have been an underdog. They're 2-8 straight up and 2-8 ATS. Bills as a favorite, 7-3. Now, Bills as a road favorite, again, straight up 7-3. And against the spread, they're 6-4 as a road favorite are the Bills ATS. Falcons as a home underdog, they've lost 3 straight up, and they're just 4-6. Now, the Bills, when they're a road favorite, the over is cashed 7 of the last 10 games for them. For the Buffalo Bills, Buffalo comes in 4-1 straight up, but just 2-3 against the spread. Like we said, they've really struggled. Falcons 2-2, both straight up and ATS. These two teams haven't played since 2022, so the rosters look completely different. But Bills won that one 29-15 over the Atlanta Falcons. The Bills, second half has been their bread and butter. The Buffalo Bills have hit the second half money line 14 of their last 18 games. If you had been following that trend and just blindly betting it, you're up 12.02 units, a 33% return on your investment. First half spread has the Falcons plus 2.5. Falcons have covered that first half spread. They're 11-7 ATS. If you've been following that, you're up 2.65 units, about a 13% return on your investment for you there. Bills, team total over. They've hit that 13 of the last 22 games. That would put you up 3.4 units, a 12% ROI. there for you in that one. And if you're looking at the Falcons on the money line just in the first quarter plus $1.20, they've hit that 4 of the last 7 games at home. That would have put you up 2.4 units, a 20% return on your investment. Now, the Bills, we talked about that team total over, has cashed in 9 straight games. The Falcons, the first half game over is 11-8 ATS. That over under right now setting at 24.5. And Buffalo, again, they struggled there in the first half money line. If you take the Bills on the money line, it's 12-10. The record's there, but you're down 9.3 units because of all the juice they lay. And today they're laying $1.55 there. I preface this by saying, when I look at this game, I think it's a lot like the game that the Falcons played against the Vikings right on Sunday night. There, I think it was like week 2. Came out hot. Everybody thought Brian Flores' defense going to slow him down. This Falcons offense has the ability to be so potent, right? Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. We can go on and on. And Buffalo's inability defensively to hold up, I think, is really going to create a lot of problems for them. Now, that being said, I'm never going to bet against Josh Allen to win the game. He'll probably find a way to win it. But I'm going to take the Falcons plus 4.5 here. Give me the home dog. Again, they had the week of rest. I understand the handicap. If you want to say, hey, the Bills lost to the Patriots, they're going to come out pissed off. That could be. There's lots of different angles for both sides, right? That's why it's so important for you to have your own research, your own stats. Hopefully, we were able to do that for you and help you out. Again, click that like, hit subscribe. Let's go to the next game in the Monday Night Football doubleheader here and go to the nation's capital, my hometown, where the Washington Redskins, or Commanders, if you've gave into that, host the Chicago Bears. Now, another similar situation with the Bears coming off their bye, having a week for Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams and company to get ready for Washington. Washington coming off a big win at the Chargers. Jalen Daniels back in the fold. Now, Terry McLaurin's still out here. When you look at the betting split side of it right now, this line is ballooned up. It was 3.5 earlier in the week. Now Washington's laying 5.5. They're getting 55% of the bets. The Bears are getting 45%. Your splits on this: 59% of the money going to the Bears, 41% going to Washington, despite Washington having a tick more on the ticket count. The over-unders, the same as the first game of the doubleheader, 49.5. Again, pretty much right down the middle. 52% of bets to the over, 48% of the bets to the under, 57% of the money to the under, 43% of the money to the over. Again, just like the Falcons, we had this, the Bears in a 3-team 10-point teaser at 14.5 when it was 4.5 earlier. Again, I love those 3-team 10-point teasers. They're minus $1.30, sometimes minus $1.35, but you're taking it 10 points the other way. We hit all of those this week. We had, or the only one we lost was the Lions that we gave out on teaser legs. Check out that show. But we hit Miami plus 14.5. We hit the Cardinals plus 17.5. We hit the Raiders, or the Steelers rather, plus 4.5. So really crushed it with those 10-point teasers there this past week. Diving into some trends here again, all about giving you information to handicap your own games. Bears are 4-2 against the spread their last 6, but they're just straight up. They're just 3-12 over their last 15 games. But again, a lot of that was with Eberflus. I like what Ben Johnson's doing. I trust Ben Johnson. Washington has won 10 of their last 13 games. Now, Washington 5-0 against the spread their last 5 games at home. Head-to-head, 5 of the last 7 meetings between these teams have went over the total. And when they're playing in Washington, 4 of the last 5 have went over the total. Chicago and Washington head-to-head, Washington is 7-2 against the spread the last 9 meetings between these two. And Washington has taken 7 of the last 9 straight up. Washington here, 18-15 last year, got the win. Remember that crazy miracle Hail Mary that happened, had the Bears guy jumping around, acting like an idiot and all. as Washington was able to win that at the buzzer. Now, I think Washington is still a good team. Obviously, I think they have holes. Their defense has played much better than what I'd imagine them playing. But I do think this Chicago Bears team is a much better team as well. I like what Ben Johnson is doing. Now, straight up on the road, do I see the Bears win the game? No, they're just 3-7 straight up their last 10 on the road and 3-7 straight up as a dog. Washington in the role of the favorite, 8-2 straight up, and there's 6 wins in a row for that. Now, ATS, they're just 6-4. Washington as a home team favorite. When Washington's at home, they're both 8-2 straight up and 8-2 against the spread. Just incredible numbers there. ATS Bears, their last 10 on the road, are 3-6-1 to the number. So tonight, when we break it down, let's hop into some player props too, and then we'll give out all of our plays. Again, click that like, hit subscribe. Anytime touchdown scores, Bills, Falcons, Bijan Robinson, minus $1.85. You're probably going to have to parlay in with somebody that's a high number. Now you can get Bijan to score the first touchdown at plus 440. You can get James Cook 5-1 there at FanDuel. Those are the leaders in the clubhouse. I do like Drake London to catch a lot of balls tonight. If you took him for an anytime touchdown, you're plus 185 for him. If you're looking at alternate receiving yards, again, there's a lot of great alt totals and whatnot. If you're looking for that parlay that I was talking about, if you get Josh Allen over 25 yards rushing for the game and you pair him, again, sometimes it's a little slower because I do it in real time, and you get Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown with Josh Allen over 25 yards rushing, puts you plus $1.20. So good value there. You can have Michael Penix to throw over 1.5 touchdowns tonight. The unders minus 180, but plus 134 to the over, minus $1.32 to the over for Josh Allen to throw at least 2 touchdown passes. Receptions, Drake London over 5.5. High juice though, it's minus $1.72. Shakir for the Bills, pretty much even money over 4.5. Josh Palmer, sneaky guy there for the Bills. There's times where he can erupt. Obviously, I would look for the Falcons to try to take away Shakir and the tight ends. Palmer over 1.5, minus $1.52. You could throw him in that parlay as well. Right now at FanDuel, Josh Allen passing and rushing yards combined over 267.5, minus 114 to the over. I think that'd be something you could definitely look to in the game tonight. If you hop over Bears and Commanders, or if you're me, Bears and Redskins, anytime touchdown for tonight, obviously DeAndre Swift plus 125. That's the one I like the most. There is DeAndre Swift for the Bears plus 125. That's my favorite touchdown guy. A couple others. If you get DJ Moore to get the first touchdown of the game, 14-1, really good value on that one. Everybody else, nothing else to really see. Now, Zacchaeus, that was with Washington last year, slot receiver, hasn't shown up as big for the Bears as he did for Washington. But if you think he goes against his own team, old team tonight, and gets a touchdown, you can catch that at 4-1. John Bates, backup tight end. You know, maybe there's a power formation there for Washington, 11-1 there for him. Passing yards for tonight for pass TDs, Jaden Williams over 1.5 plus $1.14. Caleb Williams over 1.5 plus 102. If you think Williams goes under the 1.5, it's minus $1.36. I think the Bears are really going to try to establish the run here. Like I said, Washington's been playing much better defensively than I thought they would. So plays, again, we're going to do that Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown with Josh Allen over 25 yards plus $1.20. Going to take the Falcons plus 4.5. And we're going to take the Chicago Bears. I'm going to buy the hook, take them up to plus 6. Now, I'm going to, on the flip side of that, again, these 3-team 10-point teasers have been treating us great. We got both the Falcons and the Bears in some. So this is what I'm going to do. I take the Bears plus 15.5, the Falcons plus 14.5, And going to go ahead and roll the Cincinnati Bengals on Thursday night plus 15.5, or a single unit play on that as well. So we got the Falcons plus 4.5, Bears plus 6. We got a parlay, Josh Allen over 25 yards rushing, parlayed with Bijan Robinson, score a touchdown plus $1.20. And then we have that double unit play on the 3-team 10-point teaser minus $1.30. Falcons plus 14.5, Bears plus 15.5, and the Bengals plus 15.5. I love points in the NFL. Most of these games come down to the last possession. Click that like, hit subscribe. Check out our ALCS and NLCS baseball show today. I'm your host, RJ Cash. God bless and happy handicapping.